Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. My name is Nilaus, and we are back here with another episode. And sometimes when I'm planning these episodes out, I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be super exciting. And sometimes it's also going to be a successful video. Other times, and that isn't today, I'm going to be like, I think this is an important part of the progress, but how the hell do I make it sound super exciting for a thumbnail? So this episode is mainly for the people who are following along for the series and want to get that complete picture of all the stuff that we want to do. Because what we need to do is we need to go to our science overlay here, basically that's dashboard, and basically see that if we want this base to be fully functional, we did the space science last time, well, there are some things that are just not working, and that is the military science and the yellow science. So of course, if we have everything else working at 60 science per second, then quite rapidly it does not produce 60 science per second because we're just not producing everything at 60 science per second. And therefore we have to do that today. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to be focusing on getting the military science and the yellow science. So make that as easy and as cool and crisp as possible. And I decided that there was a big puddle here of lava, and I just decided to pave over it. It might be a little bit over ambitious because it's going to take some deliveries from our good friends here with natural selection. Are you bringing? Yes, you're bringing some of that. And where are you going? You're going to Vulgora, and I need you to come to Volcanus and drop off this part because that's where we need. So you'll get there soon enough. In the meantime, we can do the design. We're going to start with military design, and now we can do everything with legendary, so it's going to be super efficient. We're going to be doing, obviously, let me just address one of the things that have been mentioned a million times and keep asking, is quality science worth it? No. Caveat, no asterisks. It is not worth it. Why is it not worth it? Well, the simple matter is that if we look at, well, there are two things. First of all, you can't use modules for it, and if you can't use modules, you're going to use a hell of a lot of machines to get any decent thing in terms of quality. But if we're sort of thinking, okay, what would be better? Let's take this one out and say this is 100% productivity, but if I changed it to this part, it would be 24%, 24.8, let's call it 25% quality. So that's 25% chance of getting one up. And if you look at the quality science, it actually just becomes twice as valuable. Oh, it's actually nice that it says percentage-wise instead of the one where it said 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So here, percentage-wise is much easier to understand. And here it basically is this is 25% chance of getting double yield, and then of course it's part of that is also 0.2 or 2.4% chance of getting the triple yield and 0.24 of getting quadruple yield. But basically, it's going to be very, very close to 25% chance of getting a double yield, which means that with full modules here, you're going to get 25% chance of double yield, while with this build, you're going to get 100% chance of double yield. So obviously, this is a lot better. Plus, if you start messing with quality, then you sort of have to manage 5 different qualities at once, which is not fun. Well, it is fun, but it's not easy. So what we want to do is want to make this pattern. Let's have a look at it. 33, that's great. So we built 2 of these. Good. Let's do the design for this. I'm going to use this one here because this is kind of something I use a lot and it works absolutely wonders. What we're going to be bringing in is we're going to bring in the grenades and we're going to bring in the walls, and then we'll make the piercing ammo right here. Let's make it there and make the piercing ammo like this, and you're going to get, this is going to get 1 out, yeah, and you can then make the normal ammo. And let's have a look if the ratios are okay. Green number part means that there's an oversupply, that's exactly what we want, so this is fine. The reason I'm doing this is because I need the copper plates and the steel plates coming in. They're going to come in from this line, and that means out, 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 in, and yeah, that's it. Then we just need a little bit of light. Just a light here. Yeah, there will always be a light here. Good. Then we do 2 of these, and that's that. Oh, hold on. Let's do this. We want only work with legendaries at this point. Yeah. This is now going to be the 60, but it's not quite done because we also need to make the other parts, and that means we need to figure out the numbers we need. So if we want to make 66, which is a slight oversupply, we need 16 point something, and we need 33 point something. So let's have a look at how that would be. We're just going to start with the fastest one. That's easily fast enough, so we need one assembler for that, and the other part will need a few more assemblers. Let me just try to put it in the pattern that I think I want to have it in. And yeah, this will be a grenade. That's here, and this one, scale up until it reaches 16 point something. That's 6 of those. Okay, so that means 6. I think this is the solution. There we go. Let's see how much that gives us. That gives us 15. That's close enough, right? That's close enough in terms of what we want. Because this was also over. Let's say if we get 15.8. Oh yeah, 15, and then it's going to be every one grenade becomes 2 military science, and then 100% productivity. That means every grenade becomes 4. If it's over 15, then it's going to be over 60. That's perfect. Okay, so over 60 is what I need, and this one will be just built like here, and you're going to have a belt going in, and then you're going to go. Somehow that needs to merge. I think we need to move it a little bit over one side. Maybe like this. Because then I can get this outbound. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be like ridiculously fast. Oops. This outbound should be 33, which is doable. It's actually doable in the sense that I just put it on stacked on this belt. There we go. But the input is going to be problematic. Like that's going to be a full lane of input here, because that's yeah, that's going to be a lot. This will probably use all of our resources. And then we have the challenge here, and this was copper and steel. I don't have copper and steel in here. This one will be iron, which I have here. So we just take the iron belt. Oh no, we'll take this one as iron. Then I guess we just move all of this a little bit. Like that. And then we can let the iron belt just go straight in, and then this is going to be the coal belt. Then I'm going to get a steel plus steel plus copper belt here. Okay, so those are the inputs now. Let's see if we have them aligned somewhat where we think, nah, we just get it a little bit up. But the build is complete. So it's ready to fire up here. And smash it in. It should be good. Let's have a look if it works. Is this fast enough? Look at that. It's not even fast enough to build all of this. Damn, even with 4 of those. Also, I think that actually there's a problem with this, because it'll be super uneven pull from this belt. Will this be better pull from the belt? Yes, this is much better pull from the belt. It's obviously going to be a little bit quick, but yep, it's working. And we get some things out on this belt here. And we prune this part, we prune that part. Good. And then we just need to replicate this thing we have already. That's already done. That should be pretty simple to just smash it in for another round. There we go. And then this will be slightly different. And yeah, and that goes the other way. There, and it works. Ta-da! We have military science now, and these are not. There's no product or no no speed modules or no beacons. I think that's actually fine, honestly. There, I think that's fine. Cool. So that was the first one. That was easy. Now we have military science. Let's actually get there to get our. Where is our science ship for this? There, the Arbogast. Of course, that's the Arbogast. And then I am going to request that one also. 1,000 from Volcanus. Yes, please. And let's also just shuffle it a little bit around so that it's in right positions. And then also shuffle in this part. 1,000 from here. And that'll be multiplied by 8, so that's fine. Unfortunately, I won't be getting this yet, so maybe this will actually mess up with science until we get it. Oh well, that's just our motivation for building it. Right, so what do we need to do now? Now, for the yellow science, which is a little bit difficult, obviously, there are a number of things we don't have yet. So we need blue circuits done. That's not a problem. Flying robots, we'll build that on site, and we have low density structure now coming in. But this one also, flying robot frames, also need batteries, so we also need a battery build. Most of those things we already have. So we'll build blue circuits, LDS, and batteries here. Now, most of it, as I said, most of it we have. We have, for example, down here, we have built our blue circuit build. So that blue circuit build, it's a silly thing, but I think I'm going to be keeping it. I kind of like it. It's a cute little build here. So we're going to take that and see how that fits into this area here. Let me just check. What did we get down here? Oh, that was just plastic and copper and that. But I could also just, like with this belt here, I could also just grab it from the reds and yeah, let's do that. That's probably easier. Anyway, let's look at the low density structures if we have that. Like we're gonna do batteries just like this. That's easy. Just remove that. And low density structure, we do have a build for it, but that's a kind of a special build here because it's deliberately recycling it. Yeah. That's, oh yeah, it's also sort of flipped upside down. Okay, let's do a new LDS build. And legendary LDS build. That should be very much doable. We're going to start by making 4 of these, making LDS here. And I'm going to be using full productivity. I know that some people would go like, why are you using productivity when it's legendary or when you get it from free lava? And my argument, which I think is the right one, is that these are expensive to build, but you're going to need, if you don't do beacons and modules, then you need a hell of a lot more, because beacons, look at the speed of this one. This is producing 1.06 per second. And now if I add the module, it's 17. Like the ridiculous multiplication factor from the single beacon is absurd. So if you don't use beacons and modules, then you're just going to have a lot more. So that's why I do it. Okay. Then I'm going to try to be a little bit cheeky with this, because I think that should be doable. And I'm going to flip that, and I am going to flip that, I guess. There, so that the iron is next to each other. See, the question is, can I do a line here and then still get a belt out? There, that's my ambition. And then I'm gonna get a inbound, so the iron comes in here and goes up there. This copper comes in here and goes up. What? There, like this. Which means I have output, input, output, input. So that should be fine. And these are each producing 17, and they're consuming quite a lot of plastic. So we do need plastic coming in. I think that the easiest way to get plastic inbound is just do it like this. And then say plastic, 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 plastic. There we go. And then it's very easy to get the liquids in, which is always sort of the problem, I think. And then the liquids will be... let's see. 3 of those will be iron, will be copper, and 1 will be iron. And they're all going to be outputting into the middle, which means that, and that, and that. So this connects here, and then it connects up to the copper line. The iron line has to sort of skip and then go up. Right, and then I of course need a beacon, otherwise it's nowhere in hell it's keeping up. But then let's check if it's keeping up. It does very much, so this is a perfectly valid situation. There you go, putting a little bit of that in. Don't really need it, but there. It's minus 25. Yay! We use our legendary scrap from last time on something useless, but whatever. Actually, I don't think I want that. I mean, it's so easy to get more power here on Volcanus, while on spaceships, that's probably where I want to use the good legendary modules. So, I don't know. It feels weird not doing it, but it also feels weird doing it. That's a conundrum. The bigger issue, though, is the ungodly amount of stone we get out of here. So I'm going to get the stone out. Ooh. I guess you're going to go up here. So I'm going to get an ungodly amount of stone out here. Then I hope that these two will be able to keep up, be able to output, what is it, like 100 each? I mean, it's not really working at maximum speed. But if I look at this, then I can do something like, nope. 1, 2, and that one goes out, and then 1, 2. So these two and these two, and then I actually have a full line of built here, which is going to be merged in here. And there, right? Oof, that is that's gonna be a little bit tough to get this in here, to get it working, but we'll try. There, I'll get that in. It might be a little bit too overwhelming to do this, but then we have more lava down there to use. Then we're gonna get the lava inbound, and that's gonna be like lava in here. And over to the other side. Kind of know how long they reach by now. Yeah. That's the lava inbound. Well, not quite. Oh, the one thing we always forget. Yeah. Now we should be able to get this pretty close by because we have it up here. Let's legendarize the whole build here. There we go. And all we need is input. Oh man, I had prepared it, but not quite. There we go. That gets lava in. When we get the fan in, okay, they were producing a little bit, and also get some lights here and here. Oh, I didn't even place this correctly now. Okay, this is actually a pretty decent spot, so let's keep it like this. And lights are actually surprisingly difficult to place in this build. There we go. And outbound, this will be LDS outbound. Where do we want LDS outbound? We're gonna get that. It's gonna be here, I guess. That's it. And then the next one will be, and then this here will be plastic. Whoops. Wow, that's not really a great place for plastic, is it? I mean, no. We'll do this. Get the plastic. Get the plastic. More plastic. And more plastic. Alright, so we got it outbound. That should be enough. And this is definitely, I didn't even check, but 70 is enough for the signs we need. Good. And then the blue and, like the blue stuff is easy. It's just like this. Almost. And yeah. Oh, this one. Oh, this one was really cool. I solved it, but I'm not proud of it. We just had the plastic right next door, so, you know, just get it in here, I guess. Oh, this is not stacked. It doesn't need to be stacked. It's just annoying that it isn't stacked. It does need to be stacked. I'm gonna just stack it afterwards. It's more belt storage if it's stacked. So this one goes up and stays next to the red circuits. Yeah. And then red and blue are always friends. So we now got everything we need for our yellow signs. And we're going to need to take a little bit of this out. We did pave that, so let's pave this. But first, let's just do the design work here. So let's figure out how that's going to be panning out. And that is going to be here. And I will get yellow signs. And we're going to get a module, a beacon here. And then let's figure out. I am guaranteeing that it's going to be a formula like this. So let's see what this is like. 23, that's not a great number. Yeah, okay. Well, it's going to be 3 of these builds, unfortunately. 3 is not a great number. Is there a way that I could make it better? And by better, I just mean jamming another one in here. 33. Oh, that is so much better. Well, that's probably going to give us all sorts of other headaches in a second, but let's try working on this. So basically, we know that we get the processing units and the low density structure in. So the only thing we need to worry about is the flying robot frame. So let's make the flying robot frame here. And already I kind of get a sense that this is going to be exactly the same as the military science. Flying robot frames, there. And full productivity, yes please. So, are we good? No, we're not good. Yeah, that's the problem. We are not good because this beacon is buffing that, but it doesn't buff these two. Ah, that sucks. Because that's obviously not going to work. Is it obviously not going to work? I don't know. Okay, I am on thin ice here. Okay, there's a surplus on everything. There's a tiny surplus here. There's a very significant surplus here. It's good. And then the only thing missing now is, from this equation, is that could go out there, which means I could have that here. It's now going to be set by a little bit less. That is probably not going to be enough. It is going to be enough. Huh. Even only affected by 1? Oh, because the productivity. This is usually without modules, it's 1-to-1. But since I have 100% productivity, then it's basically double capacity. So even if it's only affected by 1 beacon, it's still perfectly fine. It just keeps getting better, doesn't it? Can we just keep going and just go like, oh yeah, sure. Why don't you just... why don't you just... also make some of that. That's not what I wanted. Oh. Okay. Get you up here, and this one back to the engines, and then this is pipes. This might not be the right thing, because pipes are used in twice as higher quantities, so I think I need that, more of that, and therefore it has to be affected by the beacon. Let's have a look at this thing here. Wow. Okay, that's a genuine surprise. Okay. We're onto something. This is cool. Okay, yeah, it needs to be crammed a little bit more. Let's see. So, first of all, we are... Oh, no. Oh, no. The worst thing. Yeah, maybe. It's gonna take a little bit too much space, but... Screw it. That's totally fine. This part here is now going to be our bread and butter for that. That's why that was the ono. The ono was this one had to be moved out, but there's still space for it. It just takes a little bit more space. So that's the inbounds and outbounds here. So that's good. Then the next one is you need batteries and steel. Ah, well actually batteries can come in here, but I don't know if I want anything else actually. No, not really. No, because all the other things, like that is coming from here, the engine. Then the steel is also needed here. And the red circuits. So this, if this belt is going to be green and, yeah, green and steel, then that is an excellent opportunity. Then the only thing we need is somehow a way to get iron into these two pipes, or these two belts here. And that would actually be something like this. Because you can go in here. No. Actually, that's not working. Okay, it's probably not high quantity. Oh, it's kind of high quantity. Yeah, but hold on. Let's see how much they need. You only need 4 and I'm producing 45. Okay, so it's not a problem. I can bring in this one being the iron part. And then iron comes in here. That's not a problem, and that's not a problem. That is a ridiculously good build. Holy smoke, that's good. I did not see that coming. Great. I wonder if it works. And then we just need 2 of these, and then we got all the signs we need. All the yellow signs we need. Sweet. Well, I'm going to be cleaning this one up, and then we'll see if we can fire it up. All right, we're ready to hook it up. We bit the rocket silos. We got the teeny tiny little build here. I'm so surprised how small it is, but hey, that's the power of legendaries. And we got everything coming in on maybe the right sides and places and all that stuff. So let's see. Is it working? No, it's not working. Why are we not working? Okay, you got... Oh, I guess I know why it's not working. Whoop! There. Oh, hello. Hello, a cute lack of this. How do we even get it in here? Well, I would usually just put it out here, but that's kind of occupied. And on that side, and let's see, I could do this one. That wouldn't change anything, right? No, it doesn't change anything. Okay, so this is gonna be our location for it. It's always a lubricant. All right, so let's see, get that in here, and then probably just link it in. Good. So then let's see, where do we have lubricant? Oh, there. Huh. Perfect-ish. So now we try also adding the lubricant and see if it works. There we go. Lubricant is coming in, I hope. And you were still missing that one. All right. So we managed to solve it. Sometimes when you have like a brilliant build and then there's just one thing you didn't think of that just messes up everything. Okay, that is also important. Okay, the minor things. I mean, I know I forget my inserters once in a while. Oh, by the way, I did fix that damn thing from last time. Yeah, these two. Sorry about that. I was editing the video and I was looking at it and go like, please let me say I fixed it later on. And I was like, oh, but I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Oh well, sometimes. I mean, the good thing is you can always just say that I do it for engagement, and then it just means that people will engage with the content and just yell at me in the comment section. I can just pretend that that's why I do it. Cool. We got military science. Let's actually look at science here. Can we just do science? Oops. Science per minute. 2.4. Doesn't really seem like we're getting it, right? Why is this not producing? Okay, it's not producing walls fast enough. Oh, right, but that's another problem back here. Okay, well that's a little headache we need to... It's not really going to be an issue, in all honesty. Oh, wow. This needs to be legendarized as well. That should help. And let's see how much that helps. Yeah, now it gets up to 240. Okay, cool. If though that I'm able to put in more, which I'm not quite able to, because of course this, in order to make 240, what do we need inbound? We need 420. 480 is max capacity on 2 belts. So that would mean that these 2 belts would be almost full, and they're not quite almost full. But if we look at it like all the way through, I think that it's because we are not getting all the other sciences, but we are getting the military science. So the military science is drawing, but I'm not really getting enough iron from the other ones. That's totally fine. I think that honestly it's the low density structure that's generating the majority of our here. This low density structure is probably the bigger contributor. Just this one alone should be giving us 300 and something. So if it's running full tilt. Good. Lane balancing. Thank you very much. This is a pretty amazing build, to be perfectly honest. And it's also funny how purple science and yellow science are kind of the same build. Like they're both the same crafting speed and they're the same build speed. So this is the difference between having blue rare quality and rare quality and epic quality and rare quality, like that part versus full legendary. Then you just build so much more efficient. So I could go back and update the other ones, but hey, they work and they're at 60. When we go to mega basing, then sure. What about this one? This is actually almost done, isn't it? No, it needs to go to... Yeah, it is actually done. Okay, so what is our reason for this one not working? Oh, it's coming back. Okay, let's see if it loads. Oh dear, look at that. I wish I could get a screenshot of all of this launching. Almost all. That's a lot of rockets. That's a lot of rockets. And that just solves our science problem. Now we have 60 per second of all of the sciences, except of course on the, yeah, so this is working. This is great. We just need to get in here. And now it's of course struggling with the last science. So let's get something that we're definitely going to need. We're going to need some of this. This is all the sciences that we want. So this is really where we should be putting our focus on science, because this will now strain all the right things. So you now have some new cool crisp builds that you can add to your own base, and that means we now have 60 science per second, which is going to be absolutely ridiculous once we move on. And now, when we have that, then we can research laser weapons, then we can make a spaceship that is going to be using laser weapons, because they are freaking awesome in space, surprisingly they are. And then we can get on to some really cool stuff and work towards the Prometheum and winning the game and all that stuff. And then we'll see what we're going to do from there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are a patron supporter, you get all these cool blueprints and designs we made, and they are available. And if there's something you want that isn't available in the blueprint, then you can just download the save game and then you can load it up from there. If you're not a patron, that's okay. And since we designed everything here on screen, and you can just screenshot it and build it yourself. So thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.